Hello, welcome to Java Programming Tutorials, Chapter 24, Part 2, Static Class, brought to you by Ankpro Technologies. My name is Harish. So in this session, we are going to learn about the difference between static class and non-static class. So here are some of the difference between non-static nested class and static nested class. So the first difference is non-static nested class or the inner class requires outer class reference, and nested class does not need the reference of outer class. So to understand this very clearly, what I'll do is let me jump into Eclipse and let me show you a demo of it. So you already have a class demo, and within this class demo let me create some of the nested classes. So how do I create some of the nested classes? It's very simple. First let me create date one variable like of static type string message is equal to hello world. So this is one variable which is message, which is present in the class demo. So here I need to create two nested classes. One is static, the other one is non-static. So first let me create a static one. Okay, it's very simple. Public class nested static static, okay, nested static class. So I'll make this a static class static. Okay, I have a class here within the class demo. So this is a nested class, but it is a static nested class. Okay, and now what I'll do is I'll create another class. um, so this is static nested class, this is non-static nested class. So what I'll do here is inside the static nested class, let me create one method, public void print data. This is a method which I have inside the static nested class. So let me make use of system dot out print ln. So here I'm going to print data from nested static class. I'm going to pass the message. Okay, and this is what about the static nested class. It's having a method. Okay, and method name is print data, and it's having some message, it's having some data to be printed. So the data is comes from here. Okay, and now let me go with the normal nested class, that is inner class. So again what I'll do is I'll just copy this, I'll come here and I'll print it. So it's print details. Okay, non static nested class. Okay, and now what I'll do is let me show you in the main method like how to create an instance of static and non-static nested classes. So first let me show you how to create an instance of nested static class. It's very simple. So what I need to do is I need to call demo dot, okay, which is the class I need to call nested. Okay, so dn is equal to new. Let me copy this, paste it here. So now what I can do is I can access dn dot. So I can access that the method which is present in this, that is print data. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm having a class, outer class demo, and I have two inner classes. They are nested static class and inner class, but this is a normal nested class, but this is a static nested class. Okay, so now what I'm trying to show you is how to create an instance of static nested class. This is how you have to create with the help of parent reference, with the help of parent demo dot nested static class. This is how you have to call the method which is present in the static nested class. But how to create an instance of normal nested class? It's very simple. So what I'll do is outer o is equal to new sorry, it's not the outer, the class name is demo, d is equal to demo. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll tell like demo dot inner class, okay, di is equal to, okay, here I have to make use of the outer class reference, that is d dot, you observe here very clearly, d dot new inner class, that is inner. Okay, now I'm getting an error here. So why? Because so this is not the inner class. Yes, the class complete name is inner class. Yes, correct. So you can observe very clearly this is a static nested class which does not require a parent reference to call it, but you can observe here non-static nested class or inner class requires outer class reference. So that's the reason I'm making use of the outer class reference d here. You can observe very clearly. Okay, that is the reason we are making use of d here to call the inner class, that is the normal inner class. I hope you understood this. See, this is the non-static class. So if you need to call the method inside the non-static class, then you don't need a parent reference, outer class reference. But if you need to call a method from the normal nested class, then you need to take help of the outer class reference, that is d here. So now when I run the program, you can observe very clearly it's going to print data from nested class is hello world. Okay, this is what the output we expected and we got it, but I did not call with the help of this one, so let me call that also d dot, okay, that is, what is the method name we have here, print details. So I can call this also. So we'll get, you can observe here, data from nested static class hello world, data from non-nested static class hello world, both the things are getting printed. So this is what the meaning of these two first points, in the sense non-static nested class or inner class requires outer class reference. So here we are taking the help of outer class reference. Okay, but nested class does not need the reference of outer class. Directly we can call with the help of object what we have created from the inner class itself. Okay, and coming to the second point, inner class can access, I repeat, inner class or non-static method can access both static and non-static members of the outer class. A static class cannot access non-static members of the outer class, it can access only the static members of the outer class. In the sense, let me explain you what do you mean by that. It's very simple. So what we need to do right now here is, so now what I'll show you is like inner class can access both static and non-static members of the outer class. Okay, but static nested classes, it can't access the non-static members which is present in the outer class. So let me show you a demo of it. So this is the static. Okay, now if I remove this static keyword, okay, what happens here is, you can observe here we're getting an error message. The messages cannot make a static reference to the non-static field, in the sense the nested static class cannot access, okay, cannot access the non-static members of the outer class. That's the reason we're getting error here. So when I add a static keyword to that message, you're not getting any error. But you can observe very clearly when I remove the static, we don't get any error for this normal nested class. Okay, in the sense these two sentences explain the meaning of that. Inner class can access both static and non-static members of the outer class, but a static cannot access, but a static class cannot access non-static members of the outer class. It can access only the static members of the outer class. So I hope you understood, like with this example, about the difference between the non-static nested classes and static nested classes. So finally, thank you for listening. Have a great day. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel Ankpro Training. You can also like our Facebook page visiting this URL. You can also follow us on Twitter. For further reference, refer our website. We're on LinkedIn too. Last but not the least, please don't forget to give the feedback. Thank you. Have a great day.